Can you play Star Citizen without breaking the bank? Yes. How much does it cost? $45 for virtually any ownable item in the game. So why do you keep hearing about $1,000 ships and subscriptions? Let me explain the costs of playing Star Citizen and help bring some clarity to the confusion. I'll even give you some statistics as to how many people actually just stick to buying only that one ship with cash. Thank you for coming to my Tomato Talk. So let's tackle the biggest question first. Honestly, dragging it out will probably help the video, but let's just get it out of the way. I've said it in many other videos, you do not have to spend more than $45, the current price of the game, to buy and play just about everything Star Citizen has to offer. There are a few items which were promotions or limited editions that aren't universally available, but if you see a weapon, a ship, a suit of armor, or an area, it's almost guaranteed to be accessible to you. $45. Each game purchase comes as a ship package. You will always receive a ship when you buy the game, but you will not always receive the game when you buy a ship. And since the website kinda sucks, be aware of what you're buying. Now, if you haven't joined and are just getting ready to or might in the future, you can always start the process by using the link in the video description posted down below to get your free profile made in anticipation of joining or to start your full account. You'll also get some extra credits using that link. But let's go back to the ship topic before moving on. With so many people buying multiple ships outright and spending all of that money on this game, you may feel it's pointless to start out with just one ship. Using the statistics that I've gathered during the onboarding process for my new in-game guild, the Garden Interstellar Initiative, which you can join down below, we can see how many people join with one or two ships as opposed to many. And keep in mind, this is the dedicated audience. These are the people who have been checking in on this game multiple times in the last month, because, well, my guild is quite new. So extrapolating that data, I would guess most players you'll meet will only have 1 to 2 ships anyways. But now that we've pretty much squared away the minimum cost it takes to play Star Citizen, let's talk about all the extra ways people can support the project and why you hear about people spending so much money on Star Citizen. To have this conversation, we have to start with the assumption that all money spent apart from that $45 is essentially a pledge towards getting the game developed, as no publisher is funding the game, like with the traditional production process. That is our assumption, but it's a sticky one. There are benefits and consequences of this method that we won't get into in the video, but it's important to recognize the implications here. While the company uses these ships as a way to fund the game, many people have fallen into a habit of purchasing ships for the ships themselves. An easy thing to find yourself doing and something I speak strongly against. This is also a problem that CIG should be held accountable for as they push these ships on people and encourage them to purchase them. Spending this extra money on these ships can lead to resentment, anger, and annoyance at past decisions or the feeling that the game is not developing fast enough or in a way you desire. As I said before, in my own opinion, one should not spend more than the initial amount unless you really want to support the game. But don't do what I say, don't do what backers are telling you, don't do what the company tells you or what other content creators are telling you. Act on your own budget, on your own priorities. Everybody has their hobbies. Some prefer golfing or tuning their car, while others might prefer virtual spaceships and helping develop a video game. This whole topic is arguably the most frustrating part of this whole project to me. And obviously it's quite controversial given the entire videos need to be made about it, but you don't need to spend that money unless it's very important to you. Alright, sorry, that rant is over, let's move on now. Besides these additional funding pledges, which can be purchased for a multitude of prices and which can oftentimes include multiple ships, there are also other ways to support the development of the game. As a project with what many would call open development, the studio actually releases videos every single week of the year, along with special programs to keep fans up to date with development in addition to the roadmap, progress report, financial reports, blog posts, wiki updates, and more. In regards to these additional programs and outreach initiatives, interested folks can sign up for a subscription that will help to fund these programs and gain backers additional perks. These backers get earlier access to the test environment for the live alpha, meaning anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks early access to experimental builds of each quarterly patch. Something I'm actually not on board with. They're also given small tokens of in-game merchandise, generally just a standard in-game item with exclusive colorway, and access to a store that features every one of these items ever offered to subscribers. So anybody can just sign up for a subscription, jump into the store and purchase every item they've ever wanted before then canceling their subscription. One thing that can be made clear by this overview, when it comes to Star Citizen, there are multiple ways to part ways with your money. This is not something I'm happy about or proud to talk about. It's something that I absolutely need to see change when the game leaves beta at the latest, and it's something I will likely always have a problem with. But the game does need to be funded, and I see it as a shortcoming with the model that I'm willing to deal with in order to get the project that we all look forward to. And in having that view, I feel it's my responsibility to help try and spread the message to current backers and newcomers alike that you don't need to spend a lot of money on this game to enjoy yourself. I look at it in the same way I look at Twitch, a place that definitely knows how to entice users to part ways with their money if they're on the wall and really have the desire to. But otherwise, somewhere you can enjoy, thrive, and benefit from, all without spending more than that minimum buy-in, which for Twitch would be Nitro because ads suck. You'll also need to remember that this game is very demanding. While there are network changes that are on the horizon that can help with stability, including the ability to split up servers and have less people creating a load on the game, the fact of the matter is that this game's still in alpha. It's unoptimized, code is still changing around all the time, and you're gonna have to have a good computer to run this game at a subpar level. Just as an example, I currently use an NVIDIA GeForce 1080 Ti graphics card, an Intel i7 9700K processor, 24 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, and an SSD. And with these specs, I'm still averaging about 35 to 40 frames per second, and about half that when I'm streaming. So besides the monetary value of buying the game or the chip that you want to use, you also need to make sure you buy a good computer. And besides money as a whole, the mental cost it takes to play this game on a daily basis is a bit much for some. And while that is a different video subject, I will say most people probably shouldn't play this game regularly just yet. There are many opinions on what I've talked about here. You'll definitely be seeing them in the comments if you scroll down. But the bottom line is you only need $45 to play Star Citizen to its fullest at the time of publishing. You can always throw in Squadron 42, which is the single-player add-on, expected to be a full game for just an extra $20. But if you're just here for the MMO, $45 is where you're at. The reason you can spend more is simply because there's no company funding the development, and the necessity for you to do so is zero. I just wanted to help try and clear this up and provide an easy reference for those interested. I have thoughts for and against this model, but this isn't the place. Now, I hope this was able to help somebody out and informed people who need it. If you enjoyed this and want more news and info on Star Citizen, subscribe to the channel below. And consider joining my Patreon community for things like early videos, exclusive streams, monthly reports, and more. And if you just want to be here to watch the videos, well then I thank you for tuning in. And I hope to see you in the next one.